There we go.
Reads. Oh yeah, perfect. It connected. I was scared it was going to connect to my phone instead.
Oh, it worked. Wonderful. Well, thank you for
Yeah.
listening to the Dreaming Insomniacs, the podcast. My name is Joseph, and I'm here with Joshua Dudley, the director of the Stab Movies and the head honcho over there at stabmovies.com. We're going to do a little interview here for our podcast, and hopefully we can get some good conversations going. So
What's up?
not much, just chilling out. I'm happy you were able to do this today, even though we both
Thank
had
you
a
for
really busy
having
day.
me.
Anytime. So what made you want to start doing this?
Making the Stab movies? Oh gosh. Yeah. So making the Stab movies it kind of just started off as I wanted to do something with my friends. I grew up doing musical theater. But I've always been obsessed with movies and I want to be a movie actor too. So I just kind of wrote like a parody script of the Scream movie, Stab 4, Fresh Blood, as you know. And it just kind of rolled from there. Like it was just meant to be a good time with my acting friends and buddies. So a lot of the people that are in the first couple of movies are actually theater people. So it was funny to watch them try to transition to camera acting. But yeah, that was the real main reason I did it. And I heard that Scream 4 had just kind of been announced that they were in production. And we found out that there were supposedly 7 Stab movies. So I was like, hey, wouldn't it be cool if we made Stab movies? Like we've already seen 1, 2, and 3. So what if we start with 4 and kind of do our own thing with them? And then it just took off from there.
I like the sound of that. Yeah, I remember watching them back in the day as they were coming out. So around the time Scream 4 got announced was the time I decided to overcome my fear and become a fan. Because I don't know if you know this, but I saw the third movie when I was 6, and I begged my sister to let me watch it. And I was terrified of Ghostface for years. I had nightmares about him. So I mean, you can understand that for a 6-year-old to be afraid of that, but that's the funny one.
Heck yeah. I mean, I saw the first one, I think I was like 10 or 11 or 12. And it was because of my twin sister. Go figure. She had watched it at a sleepover. And I'm like,
I didn't even know that.
I do have a twin. Her name's Tamara. She's a cool chick. And 2 of my little sisters are twins too, Caitlin and Megan.
Shout out to them all.
Yeah. What's up, sisters? So so she had watched it at a sleepover and she told me about it. She even kind of spoiled the ending and told me who the killers were. But
the movie kind of does that though.
Yeah, so I wanted to see it really bad. So my mom was like, fine, we'll rent it from Blockbuster. That's how old I am. Yeah.
To go to Hollywood Video, I remember.
Yeah, good times.
Actually, I went to Blockbuster as they were closing down around that time, actually. But yeah, I got in around 2010. So that's when you put out the first one. So that's when I first watched it. I was 14, 26 now.
Yes.
Yeah, I was 14 or 15.
I think it was 10-10-10, October 10th, 2010.
Yeah. So it was 2010. Yeah. So I just turned, because I was born in 96. So 9996. Month after my birthday in one day. Yeah, that's funny.
Well, happy birthday to you with our low budget Stab movie.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, it's crazy that all these years have flown by and now we're doing a podcast together. I never would have expected that. Isn't that crazy?
I never would have thought I'd still be making the Stab movies 12 years later either. So
right. I do have a question on that one. Regarding the because I know it's a reboot, right? Is it connected to the other ones you made, or is it its own thing, like more like a remake?
Okay, so the last one we did, called Stab, if you will, was technically a reboot of the whole series, so we could start over. I wanted a way to bring back a lot of the cast that had died already, especially the actors that show up and they're committed and they know their lines and they're there to have fun, because it really is just a big, fun collaboration process. So yeah, the last one was a reboot, and this one is a sequel to the reboot. But if you're familiar with our movies, it does what Stab 5 does, where it takes the Stab reboot and makes it just a movie, and now Stab 2 takes place in real life and we all kind of play ourselves instead.
Okay, all right, so like exaggerated, so kind of like This Is the End a little bit, but with the whole Stab. Okay, I like that. Yeah, that's what I heard you talking about that on one of your live streams, because I've been watching and I just wanted to hear it on the podcast here so people would know. Sorry about my dog.
No, I love dogs.
Oh, she's gonna tackle me if I bring her in. Should I?
Oh, I would love to see your dog.
Okay, fine, hold on a second. Just 1 second.
Yes, bring the baby. Hello, Instagram. I'm doing a podcast with the Dreaming Insomniacs lead singer Joe, so you'll be able to see that soon.
Oh, there. All right, come here, Cleo. Come here. I
love your screen poster in the background too. That's
Thank
cool.
you.
Come on, Cleo.
Creepy duck design. Shout out to him as well. This is Cleo.
Hi, Cleo.
She's a Cavalier King Charles Spaniel. This is why. She never stops.
She's
We'll
a
never be
sweet
able to get the
baby.
interview done. Oh, she's
I love
sweet, yeah.
dogs.
She's a good girl. She actually can't hear you because you're only in the headphones, though. Sorry
Yeah,
about
I know. I was thinking about it. I was like, I'm calling her
that.
name, and she
That's
definitely
enough.
can't hear me. But
Yeah, she, I don't really like to look at my face because she does what dogs do.
yeah, yeah, you got that right.
Not going to go into
She's
details
adorable,
there.
though.
She's so
Sometimes
cute.
I like dogs more than humans. So
You should see the cats. We like our cats too. We have too many animals. There's literally 4 animals here.
no such thing. I would live on a farm of dogs and cats if I could.
Chelsea's gonna love this interview. My girlfriend Chelsea, she's in the other room. She's in the other room watching Vanderpump Rules.
Fun.
Have you
Tell her
ever
I
seen
said
that?
hey.
I will.
I've heard good things about it. I haven't actually seen it myself.
It's like one of those ones where it's like you can't stop watching, but you really want to, and you hate it, but you love it at the same time. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
think
Oh
that's, like,
no,
all
I have a
reality
few of
TV.
those.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's why I like the Real Housewives. I used to watch those with my stepmother.
Really?
And,
That's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, they're fun to watch when they fight. I really like when they fight. They start
We have
losing their shit.
a few towns over from us called Bedford, and we always say that they need their own Real Housewives series because they are all just like rich at home housewives with nothing to do but start catty fights.
Are you still in New Hampshire?
Yep, we're based in Manchester, New Hampshire. So.
Okay, you were before. I remember you were back then. I wasn't sure if you were still. I'm from
Oh
Massachusetts.
yeah.
I used to
Oh
go
no
to I used
way.
to go to summer camp up in Windsor. So we would go
Nuh-uh.
through Manchester to get to, obviously, because you know how that works. Yeah.
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 There's a
So
lot
what
of.
first summer camp year was 2011. And I was thinking about you when I was going up there. I was like, oh, we're going through Manchester. The guy who made the stab movies lives up here.
Oh, you make me feel so good.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I don't know if you remember, but I was like 14. You made the first one. I messaged you. I was like, did you make the movie with a fake, like a prop 120 buck knife, or did you use a real one? And you said a real one.
Yes. Oh, the mistakes we made in the past.
Oh, I mean, as long as you're careful, but the fact that you
Yeah.
actually told me, like, you were the first person to really ever respond to me that was a content creator. So it really
Oh,
inspired
really?
me to do it. Yeah.
Well, thanks, man. Yeah, I love talking with the fans and chatting with them and hearing their input on stuff and answering their questions. Because, like I said, the whole process of making the stab movies is really collaborative. Like everybody works for free. All the actors work for free. Anyone behind the scenes works for free. My composers work for free. The guy that helps me out with special effects works for free. So I feel like the fans are kind of involved in that process too.
Yeah.
And they give me ideas, and I try to use what I can of theirs if it fits.
Oh, yeah.
But like hearing their feedback is like, it wasn't important in the beginning because we just kind of made it for fun.
Yeah.
But then once we realized we had kind of a larger following, I was like, oh, let's listen to them more and see what they have to say. Because like you, a lot of them are really, really cool people.
One thing I'll also say is you've always had the costume and knife and mask very accurate. You know, so many, even like I made a stupid little like scream short on my YouTube channel for the Dreaming Insomniacs, and I didn't even have the full costume. I just have like a North Face on or something. But like, you know, you had the accurate, you know, props, and I respect you for being able to do that at a time where it was a lot harder to get those things. You had to have like custom made seamstress, you know, make your robe. Nowadays, you can get the 25th anniversary one. I just had one
True.
today at actually
I
a
mean,
Halloween store.
that's awesome. Yeah. I've always been a huge Scream fan since the moment I saw it. So accuracies and trying to get the costume and knife and everything were like super important to me when we started, because I'm like, no one's going to take this seriously if Ghostface comes walking out with a kitchen knife and he's in one of the Fun World costumes that doesn't match. So our
bothers
first two
me so much,
costumes.
that Fun World costume.
Oh my god, me too. And I love Fun World to death, obviously.
Oh, me too.
But
except for the $25 clown shoes. What the hell? I saw those today at the store. I was
they
like,
have some
what?
expensive merch. They have some
Plastic
expensive
clown
merch. So,
shoes for
but our
25.
first knife was actually a 119 and not a 120. So it wasn't actually accurate until stab 6.
I thought it was. Sorry about that. I live in Florida now,
Okay.
and it's raining sideways, and it's very lightning and thunder.
Oh,
But
good. You're gonna have a hurricane anytime now.
no,
We actually
probably, yeah, maybe.
we just had some severe thunderstorms too. So
It's probably coming down, because you know how sometimes it goes up and then sometimes it just goes down. It's weird.
yeah,
Weather's weird.
absolutely.
But all right, so I have a couple questions for you. I kind of like, we touched on some of them here, but I wanted you to go into like the Tori Spelling interview. How'd you get that? That's awesome.
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited for the Tori Spelling interview. Tori, if you're on Instagram, girl, I love you. I don't know if you're watching right now. I haven't really been paying attention to
Shout out to
Instagram,
Tori
but
Spelling.
Yeah, shout out to Tori Spelling. She is the coolest fucking chick in the world. Can I swear on here?
Oh yeah.
Is that okay?
Have you
Okay,
listened to
she's
her
super
music
cool.
at all? Oh my God.
I
Yes. Say
have,
whatever you want.
yeah. Okay,
Well,
cool.
don't say
Yeah,
anything too bad. That's none of your business.
I won't cross any lines.
Okay.
But yeah, so I obviously making the stab movies, it's always been kind of a goal of mine to see if we could land some like celebrity cameos and in the movies. And then when that wasn't happening, because obviously we don't pay anyone, but we did actually, side note, have a project that was involving Wes Craven and David Arquette before Wes sadly passed. But Tori, I messaged a bunch of stab celebrities, if you will, on Instagram, and out of all of them, the only one I got in touch with was Christopher Speed, who played Randy in the newest Scream movie in their stab inside of there. And then Tori Spelling wrote back to me, and I was just like, "Oh my god, I love Tori Spelling so much." Like,
One
she's,
point
I,
something million follower, Tori Spelling.
yeah,
Right.
she's a huge celebrity. Like when
Yeah.
I was growing up, 90210 was huge. So even her show, Messiness, right now that she has on MTV, she's a hot shit.
Oh,
I love
she's
talking
got a
with
show
her.
right now on MTV.
Yeah, it's called
That's
Messiness.
awesome.
Check it out. She's great. I think they're on like season 3 of it too. So, and obviously she's done a bunch of other stuff. She was in Scary Movie 2, like,
Oh
so
yeah,
I
I
knew her from
forgot
a lot of
about
stuff.
that.
Yeah, yeah. She
Yeah,
gets the ghost
that's
blowjob, the ghost
her.
dick in the mouth.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
she's essentially the one they replaced Shannon Elizabeth with. Because
Yes,
apparently everyone
exactly.
else lived, and she went to that school too, I guess. I don't know. I never saw. I didn't see her in the first one. Did you guys? I don't know. I don't know. Are you still
Right.
on the live in there?
Yeah, I'm still. They can't hear us though either
Oh,
because we
okay.
both have headphones in. Sorry, you guys watching
That's
on
okay.
Instagram. You'll have to wait until the Dreaming Insomniacs podcast gets posted, and then you'll get to hear the whole conversation. But yeah, so I was messaging Tori, and she was cool enough to write back, and
Love
we've
it.
been trying to set something up for months, honestly, and our schedules just keep not aligning. And sadly, one of her best friends just passed away, so
Oh, that
we were going to
sucks.
do it last month, and we kind of put it off for a little bit, but it is still coming, and we are still going to interview. And I still get to chat with her a lot, which is she's so nice. She'll pop up on our live streams and say hey to all the fans and stuff. Like she's really supportive of the stab community, so it's really really cool.
I love hearing that. I've actually made friends with somebody who's been in the movies as well, and that's Jamie Kennedy.
I love
Just
Jamie.
he's so cool, such a good
I have
person,
a
man.
picture of me and Jamie right
Oh,
here.
you met him?
I met him. Yeah, I don't know if you can see it,
You were
but
at the Scream 4 premiere also, right? Is
yeah,
that
this
where it
is from the
was?
screen part.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah, that's awesome. Wow, I was gonna ask you about that
yeah.
next anyway. But yeah, essentially we were putting out our so we did a trilogy in 2020, which was like our because we did 3 albums throughout from 2016 to 2018. So 2020 we did 3 albums in the whole year because COVID, a lot of music, blah blah blah. Do the cliche trilogy thing, like any band does. And I essentially wanted to do something like a few months after that to like throw something together, have fun with it. So I got really stoned and I came up with all these song titles. And the name of the album was going to be called Demolished, right? Like, because I was really
Yeah.
stoned, but like put a hyphen in between. So it looks like demo hyphen lished. So I gave,
Okay.
because Jamie Kennedy started responding to me in comments, right, on YouTube, along with Michael Rosenbaum, who was
Yeah.
Lex Luthor in Smallville.
Yeah, yeah, he's awesome.
He kind of stopped responding, but it's really mainly the guy who runs his channel. And
Yeah.
with Jamie, it's both him and Kyle. Kyle Anderson is the guy who helps him run his YouTube channel, who has a film degree and he has
You're
his
gonna
own
have to
stand-up
you're gonna have
comedy
to hook
thing.
us up with Jamie because I messaged him. I wanted both Randys to
He's
meet.
so busy. He is
I
so
know he's always
busy.
so busy.
He's so
And
busy. I think he would
like,
if he had more time, honestly. That's
yeah,
why
because I
I've been
messaged
trying to
him and I
get
don't
him
even
on
think,
this podcast too. Like he always hearts it, but he just never has the time, which I get it.
yeah,
I get it. You got
yeah,
when
yeah.
you're like at that level, especially he's revamped right now. He's really making a comeback. So, and his comedy's really funny too. So I think he's doing well. But I was
Oh,
supposed
he's
to go
great.
see him next month in Tampa, but we can't really afford it. So it's like one of those situations where it's like shit, you know.
Monetary situations, man, they catch us all the time too. I'm like,
Second
oh,
year in
how
a
much
row it's
money did I
happened.
spend on this movie?
It's like Tampa's
Oh
only two
man.
hours away. I live in Daytona. It's not that far.
Okay, word. Yeah, I'm gonna have to come visit you.
Yeah, you got to come
Get out
down.
of because winter is coming here soon. I'm gonna want to
Oh,
escape,
I know. Yeah,
and I can play with the
come down.
dog. I can play with Cleo.
We can all go. We'll get a hotel in Orlando. Like we're in between jobs, so we'll get another job. You want to know why I left my other job? Motherfuckers, I spent 4 months at this call center. We were booking auto dealership appointments. They made it seem like they cared about me because I went there back in December, wasn't sure about the first day. I took another job for more money. They tried to say my metrics weren't on par, all this bullshit. So I left. And then I go back to the first one a few months later. like I said, I give them 4 months. They act like they all care about me. Oh, we missed you. Why didn't you come back? Yada, yada, yada. So like I'm there for 4 months and the workload gets worse. And then progressively everything gets weird in that last week, just before I hit my
Yes.
90 days. Chelsea, my girlfriend, saw a review on the internet about that place, right? That said that they will find any reason to fire you before 90 days. They will pretend to care about you and they don't, right?
Love
Hear me out,
that.
hear me out, hear me out. This gets crazier, right? So this manager who promised that he would give me an Ableton code, pretend to be my friend, all this shit. I get written up for having a diarrhea on a Saturday, and I'll admit it. It's not embarrassing. We're human beings. We all have it happen.
Happens.
Yeah, I ate a whole thing of
Exactly.
Stouffer's. Maybe I shouldn't have done that, but I shouldn't. It happens. Whatever. So I get written
Stouffer's
up for that.
lasagna? Is that what it was?
Yeah, Stouffer's mac and cheese. But
Oh, mac and cheese.
I
Okay.
got written up for that, right? There are
Wow.
OSHA laws that protect any worker from that. I didn't know that at the time. I
Absolutely.
should have, because I looked some stuff up and learned that and left them a very, very anonymous and nice quote unquote review on Google. But essentially what happened was I called them out on it and they gaslighted me and called me a conspiracy theorist and not to believe reviews I
Wow.
read online and to fix my relationship situation. And they insulted my woman. It was really bad.
Wow, that's not cool.
Yeah, but I probably should have stayed and dealt with it until, because now I'm
That's
like,
I don't necessarily agree with that, because
I'm in
even
between
not
jobs
having
though.
a
I gotta
job
make
is,
rent in 2 weeks. Yeah.
yeah, but sometimes even not having a job is just better than putting up with that job. I've left so
You're right.
many jobs in my life because I don't want to put up with bullshit. So
You're not wrong,
like,
Josh.
again, monetarily, like, yes, you want money, but at the same time, you deserve to be treated with respect,
Oh, yeah.
and that's why I view being employed as I'm just as capable as judging them as they are as judging us, like
100%.
if I don't want to be employed by you, I'm not gonna be. So
Yeah, it's like, and I think it's funny because I ordered pizza from a place I used to work at, right? And this guy
Yeah.
I know who also makes music, Dylan, comes along and he's like, I tell him about this very thing. And he's like, you know what these jobs forget? That we have the right to not work for them. They don't own
Yeah,
us. They can't
exactly.
force us to go. If you're going to be treated
Yeah.
like shit, what's the point in going? I want to build my career. I mean, I do my music. It's a hobby. I do the podcast to help other people get their names out there because I care about people. But the I need to live. I need to pay my bills. This shit doesn't make enough for
Yeah.
that. I can't even, I'm demonetized. I used to be until 2020. No. I got to get back to that 4,000 watch hours. Oops, I hit the microphone.
Yeah.
So
No.
it's like, whatever. But I'm
The
not
other thing
relying
with
on it.
employers too, like the one that always gets me is how they call them time off requests. I'm like, it's not a request. I'm telling you I can't work that day. Is that Chelsea? Hey, girl.
Sorry about that. I am listening
be
to
sorry.
Josh. She just wants
No,
to know
don't
the
be
timer.
sorry.
You want to meet her?
Pants on.
Okay, you can put some pants on then. She doesn't have pants on. Just 1 second.
Yeah, I'm so gay. I don't want to see what you have down there.
No, I know. Where's my phone? This is Josh.
Oh my god, the timer probably already went off, didn't it?
The timer? No, it hasn't even been an hour, Kels.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
Who's Josh?
here, put the headphone on
Who's
so you can
Josh?
hear him. The director of the stab movies.
Oh, okay. Okay.
There you go.
Hi,
Chelsea.
How are you?
I'm good. How
Hi.
are you? Nice to meet you.
Lovely to meet you as well. How are you today?
You're so cute. Oh my gosh, I'm great. Is that
Thank
a
you.
Jurassic Park shirt you got on?
Of course.
Yes, girl.
I
Killing
own the
it.
whole series, of course. It's my favorite thing ever.
What do you think? What do you think of the new ones compared to the old ones? Do you think they're as good as them?
No one will ever do as well as Jurassic Park, but I don't hate the world because it keeps it alive.
Yes,
So
baby.
I can't
agree with
complain
you.
too much.
Awesome. Oh,
Hey, well,
you're so sweet.
Nice to meet you. I'm gonna give you
Nice
Joe
to
back.
meet you too.
Thank you.
All right.
Bye.
Bye, sweetie.
I'm glad you got to meet her.
Yeah, me too. That's awesome. I love meeting people's people. So
We gotta get her doing these more.
Did Matt come up yet, though?
peoples and pets.
I don't think so, did it? You can just take it. Sorry, Josh.
30 minutes.
No, I don't know why I put a sweatshirt on for this. It's still like 90
enough.
degrees here. I don't wanna-
It may be raining, but it's freaking hot.
You're
in
in
here.
long sleeves too, aren't you? Like, why are we
Uh-huh.
sweating our asses off to be on camera? Like,
Right. So,
can I get naked on this podcast? Is that a thing?
well, if it goes on YouTube, probably not. You know how that
It'll
goes.
just be chest up. No,
It's
just
really
kidding. I would
funny
never
to
take my
say
clothes
that
off.
though, because I was making a live video where we have a new album coming out on Halloween, right? Super shock
Yeah.
value. It's called X. It has all that symbolism, but it's like the opposite and
Cool.
shit. But what happened was it's like it's like a music live party kind of thing where like I do a video and there's like a music thing on top of it. So it's like a live show, but it's from home, right? So it looks like I'm doing it in
Yeah.
a studio, but it's at home. But she's like in it and like because she walks it behind me at one point in it. So I have to like cut around it. So like her because she's naked, she's not wearing any clothes. So I have to like cut around this shit so I don't get sued by YouTube for putting nudity in a video. Well, at least that
Oh
or
my
channel shut
God.
down. Yeah. So
Our Stab
for
7,
people
you
who
can
don't know
see,
that, when you see that video, there's a little fun
yes,
fact.
Stab 7, you could see one of our actors' butts and it got age restricted. So we're doing like working on a re-release of it and I had to
Oh
crop
my
out his
God.
butt.
YouTube's got it really bad. It's got really, really bad. You can't say
Level of,
anything.
right? Can we even talk about this if it's going on YouTube? But yeah, they've gotten really strict once the new ownership took over. It's been harder to accomplish stuff on YouTube.
I will say we can talk about certain things, but I'm kind of trying to clean it up. If you've listened to older episodes, I'm trying to not go to certain topics, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it absolutely does.
Then I'm actually doing it, not like saying I'm doing it and then not like I did before. There's some growth there. What else do I got? What else do I got? And what is your favorite? Oh, sorry. My first one is what inspires you to make films and content?
What inspires me? I have what I would call just the creative bug that I get really, really bored with real life. And so I like to make up stories and share them with people. It's honestly what it is. And the fan base, obviously, I never in a million years thought we'd have millions and millions of views on YouTube.
I know, it's crazy, right?
Even if people shit talk how low budget they are, like it is still so cool to put something out for the fans.
Dude, people can talk shit all the fuck they want, but they are fun. They're fun, and you made them with your friends, and it inspired me because I wanted to make films. I wanted to direct films because of it, but I just couldn't afford it, so I made music instead. You know, is a more viable option. But look, I've been able to make my little film with it too with the podcast. But you helped inspire me to do that because you were
collaborating. Like I said, like working, like I said, it's a big collaboration process, and having the actors there, they are my friends. It's really like almost like going to a summer camp or like a party or something where you just get to hang out with all your friends and have a good time. And sure, we make a movie in the meantime too, but it's always laughs on sets. Yes, there are times where it gets a little stressful and hectic and busy because of people's schedules and stuff like that. But making the movies, honestly, to me, it's just like when they were getting shut down, it got really hard for me because I was getting disappointed because we had 3 of them shut down in a row.
I remember hearing about that. They tried to copyright you, right?
Yeah, well, and we had a lead actress quit a version of Stab 7. So we started a new version of Stab 7 and then lost several locations and actors halfway through that. So we shut that down. Then we made an original movie called Theta. And for some reason, we were like 3/4 of the way done filming. And all of a sudden, the whole sorority house just decides that they're not in the movie anymore after we spent like $3,000 renting this big house to be a sorority house. So that one got shut down. So I took a few years off.
And so then I was like, release that?
They're all like what we have filmed is on YouTube of both versions of Stab 7 and of Theta. You can check them out on our YouTube.
You did put Theta out because I missed that. I gotta check it out. I want to see your
Theta
original
has like
movie.
No views, and Theta's one of the best scripts too.
I'll share it.
Like, yeah. I think it only has like 2,000 views or something like that. I'm like, but again, it's not a finished movie, so I understand why people don't watch it. But it's probably the funniest movie we've ever made. Like, it has the most comedy in it, and the fans just want more Ghostface all the time. So when we put out original content, they don't always watch it because they're like, "Oh, no Ghostface."
I know, because of the branding, right?
Yeah,
it's like
and then same thing with the
when we did the podcast at first, like people weren't really, but now they're watching it, so that's good.
That is good. But we had a different killer in the Stab reboot as well, and we called him the Ghost because it was copyright. With the new Scream coming out, it was hard to get able to use Ghostface, so we used a different mask. Yes, we have Ghostface back.
Thank God. I'm glad that you guys are able to work. Did you get in contact with the people?
Oh yeah, we worked everything out, and there's just little like disclaimers that we have to put. And for the longest time, like forever, we were the only fan films on the internet that technically had permission to use Ghostface. But this caused problems with the actual movie studios because they have to pay to use it. So the fact that they would give someone, we weren't making money off of it though.
But yeah, it was like buddy with Wes Craven right before he died. You were friends with him.
Yeah,
he might as well have given you the torch. Like, come on.
Yeah, I was hoping to be involved with the Scream movies from here on out because of that. But yeah, Wes and I we chatted a lot on Twitter and a couple of phone calls here and there, and he always gave me a lot of good filmmaking advice. And he was just like the coolest man in the world. Like it was like kind of like talking to your grandfather who was just like ridiculously insightful about
Yeah.
everything, So we were planning on making a short film with him. It was called Stabbed 3, and it was going to film at YouTube Studios in LA, and it took place inside of Wes Craven's house. And then me and Rachel and this other girl, Ashley, were kind of like stalking Wes Craven in the movie, and it turns into this big thing where we think everyone's dying, but it's a prank and blah blah blah. And David
That
Arquette was going
reminds
to be
me of
Ghostface.
the when they tore Bob Saget's house in the Jamie Kennedy experiment. That whole skit.
Yeah, yeah.
That reminds me,
Similar,
that's
similar.
hilarious. I would have,
Yeah.
dude, you should have, if you got that made, you should have charged money for people to see that.
Oh man, we wanted to do it so bad, and even YouTube was super gung ho about it because it involves such big celebrities like
Oh
Wes
my
Craven
God,
and
yeah.
David Arquette. So we were going to do it, and literally 2 weeks before we were supposed to film it is when Wes passed away. So we never got the chance. There
Brain
is stuff about
cancer.
it on our website, like
I'm
that
still
you can
upset.
read the script and stuff. Yeah, it's
I
heartbreaking. to
cried.
lose
I
someone.
didn't even know him.
So,
I never met him. I never spoke to him, and I cried. I
yeah.
bawled.
He was a great guy, and the first time I met him, he knew who I was, which was the craziest thing to me.
He was
Like
a
I went up
fan?
to him. Yeah, I went up to him at the premiere of Scream 4, and he goes, "Stab movies." I was like, "Wow, that is so neat!" Like that
You
is
think
so
he
cool
got a
that you
hand
know.
in inviting you?
Maybe I don't know. That might have been rigged. How I got there. So
It sounds nothing wrong with that, but I think
right.
Wes knew, and Wes definitely has more than you think of what his say was in that situation.
Yeah, exactly.
Nothing wrong with that. That's okay. So
The comments from people on Instagram. Imagine David Arquette in a fan film. Yeah, David was going to do it though. He had it to the tiniest little cameo, and he was hard to get because we
I
went through his
bet.
agents, and his
Yeah.
agents like laughed at us. So
And that was at like
basically,
a really hard time for him too, with the whole
yeah,
divorce, and he was willing to
exactly.
do it at that time.
It took
Holy
Wes.
shit.
Wes is the one that convinced him. He's like, "Bro, it's like." Well, I'm sure he didn't say bro, but he was like, "It's like a 20-minute thing. You'll be there for 20 minutes. You'll be in. You'll be out. Like just do it for them."
But
So
probably like really slow and methodic, like David, it's only gonna be 20 minutes.
yeah, exactly.
Not like that, but just imagine like the way Wes would say it. All right, I got some other questions for you. What's your
Shoot.
favorite non-horror franchise?
My favorite non-horror franchise. I don't think I've ever gotten that question before. Oh my God, I don't even know at this point. I mean, I'm a superhero geek like everyone else in the entire world. I love the new Spider-Man. I think he is just
Oh my God.
fantastic.
That third one is the best one.
Yes, it's the best
Ugh.
Marvel movie ever made.
I just didn't like number 2. That was the only one I didn't like, and it's just because of the script. It's just Jake Gyllenhaal's lines. It's just his lines. I don't like them. Don't like Jake Gyllenhaal's lines.
No, I totally feel you on that one.
You know which one I'm talking about.
I do, yes.
It's time to, well, I can't say it or I'll get demonetized, but Jake Gyllenhaal could say it. And I just don't agree with that. They should never say that in a movie. This is why I almost walked out of It Chapter 2. That was just like, whoa, no, you should
Have you
never
ever read the
show
book
that.
to it? That book is intense too.
I know it is, but this, it's like the Halloween 2018 did the best, I think, at the first half of it.
Yeah.
Show some
Still
of the
all
things
horror
later
movies,
on,
though.
but
I do
don't
watch a
show
lot of horror.
everything.
Yeah, I watch.
Like
a lot
I was
of horror,
fine with
but
chapter 1 when even Georgie got his arm ripped off. That was okay. But like straight up showing a little kid be crushed in a freaking fun. I
Yeah.
just don't want to watch that ever
That's
again.
actually one of the rules with us using Ghostface is Ghostface isn't allowed to kill kids.
I love it. I love
Yeah,
it.
so that was a valid rule, and he's not allowed to rape anyone, which we would never do anyways. But no, guys, I'm not on YouTube.
I
I'm
don't
doing.
think any of the ghost
podcast
faces, even in the movies, were
Dreaming
rapists.
Insomniacs.
Oh, thank you
Yeah,
for the
no, I
shout
don't
out.
think so either.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
of
good.
course. I told you I just left
Just the
Instagram up, and
producers.
they're like, "When are we gonna start filming?
It's
We
a terrible
already
joke.
filmed."
I should
You mean
not have
Stab
made-
3?
You hear the terrible joke I made, Josh?
No, I missed it. I'm sorry.
Well, you shouldn't repeat it. Oh my God, I'm gonna.
Oh no.
You said there. We said there were no killers that were rapists in the Scream movies, but then I said no, just the producers.
Ka-ching!
Oof,
Nail that
oof.
Weinstein to a wall.
Oh,
They don't
God.
matter anymore. They're
Yeah.
completely irrelevant. You can say whatever
He's
you
serving
want.
his time. Good shit. Good shit. Good shit. All right, next one. What's your favorite horror franchise? I think I know the answer.
Scream. But my second favorite, without a doubt, and I get a lot of flack for this, is Chucky. Like I
Nothing wrong with
love
that.
Chucky.
I've heard that a lot lately.
Yeah, I've always loved him since I was little. I think it's a great franchise. I think the fact that they brought it back to the original writer and creator, Don Mancini, is really, really cool too. And when you guys watch Stab 2, there's a nice Chucky trivia session in there
I
too,
think
which
it's
is really
scary.
cool.
Think about it. It's this dude that performs a satanic ritual to transfer his
Right.
being into a doll.
Yeah.
That's fucking
And I just
scary.
like, I also love the level of comedy in it, which not a lot of people are fond of. Like
Yeah.
people shit on Scream 3 because of the comedy. I
Oh.
love the comedy in
I
it.
don't
Like,
know. I'm gonna do it. Chelsea's favorite. I've tried to show Chelsea every single Scream movie,
yeah,
all of them. She won't sit through the first one. She thinks it's stupid. These are controversial opinions. You know, before
they
I
are
say this,
indeed.
and to anyone out there, please don't judge her. She can have her opinion. You can have yours.
That's right. She's entitled to it.
Scream 3 is her favorite one because she likes the fact that everyone's rolling. I never noticed how much rolling is in that movie. That movie's fucking hilarious. There's a lot of rolling.
There's a lot of rolling.
And it's the
in
only
Scream
movie
3.
out of all 5 where Ghostface just straight up sucker punches everyone. Straight
Yeah.
up. Like you can count more than 5 times in that finale where he's just punching people. Like just jumping out of nowhere, just decking someone.
I think Scream 3 is great. Like I never really understood the flack on it. Like I think it was
my
an
first
interesting
one.
way to continue
It
the
was
story.
my first
and it was
horror movie.
And it was really focused on stabs. So obviously I like that part of it too.
Only thing for me is the voice changer. I can't get behind
Oh
it.
yeah. That I couldn't get behind that voice changer either. Everything else though, I was down with.
I'll tell you though, at 6 years old, it made me think Ghostface is an alien. And then when the reveal happened, I'm like, wait, what? In this movie, like, what? It still scared me, but it's like, what?
Yeah.
I thought the dude was an alien. He could speak like other people. That's what I assumed. I just couldn't tell it was a guy in a mask because again, I was 6.
6, yeah.
Right. But upon rewatch, like again, I think Scream 3 is one of my favorites. It's like kind of gone
Me
up
too.
there for me. I used to like, my ordering was like 1, 5, 4, 2, and then 3. That was it. Like earlier, even this year. Now it's like 5 is last because of the script issues. Oof.
I concur.
4 is better than 2. So you're gonna give me a number.
See, I like 2 is my favorite.
Number,
2 is my absolute
5.
favorite.
2 is your absolute favorite out of all
Absolute
of them?
favorite Scream movie. Yeah. I
I'll
love the
give you that.
cast. I'm a huge Buffy fan, and Sarah
Mhm.
Michelle Gellar's in
Oh,
it.
yeah.
So that excited me.
And
Laurie
her kill is
Metcalf.
great.
Yes.
Yeah,
Laurie
Laurie
Metcalf as Mrs. Loomis.
Timothy
come on.
Oliphant as Mickey?
Yeah.
Come
They
on, man.
killed it. Like I think it was one of the best sequels ever made. So it actually
Within a
ranks
year,
above
fast track to make
the
within a
original
year.
Scream.
I don't think Scream 6 is gonna do it that well. They're gonna try. They're trying
I'm nervous
too
for
hard.
Scream 6. Like I want to see it, but I'm so upset over the whole Nev Campbell situation. Pay Nev Campbell what she deserves. Like
that, Josh, and when Paramount bought the Scream franchise from Miramax after the whole thing, the whole point was to get away from abusers, right?
yeah.
So why do we hire a Freemason to co-write your film?
I just felt like I thought Scream was honestly going to land in like Blumhouse hands.
Seriously,
who took over Halloween.
Have you seen that Vanderbilt's Instagram?
Oh, I have.
I do not support that shit.
Right. But yeah, I think don't get me wrong, I like Scream 5. I'm sure Scream 6 is going to have parts that I like too.
There's parts I like. Yeah. Oh my God, the West kill. That's great. There's parts of the finale, even though abrupt, I really like. When they set her on fire and call her a bitch. I love that.
Yes. I think it was so funny when we were in the theater and when Mikey's character gets lit on fire, I go, oh my gosh, she looks like Bride of Chucky at the end of Bride of Chucky where she gets lit on fire. Like, so
I feel like better than Scream 4's like forced hospital scene. We got our Nev and Courtney team up right there, and it felt like it was like because the whole Dewey thing, which I don't like also, but neither did David. But that's besides the point.
Hit. Yeah,
I know. It's really upsetting. Like that's one of the other ones I want to pick out with the movie because, like, again, I've said it before. I'll say it again. Right before it. The voice changer in the mask, awesome, so cool. The lines on the phone, fuck yeah, some of the best line work with Ghostface and the rapport between the two. Then they come in, and then Dewey has to go back out, which I get, but you shouldn't have forgot, buddy. You've done this 4 other times. And then your phone goes off, and it's Gail. Why did Gail call you right then? That makes no sense.
Right, and why check it? Even so, you're about to shoot someone. Don't look at your phone. Finish the shooting, then look at your phone. So I think that made everyone angry. We're talking about Dewey.
I'm still but there's other things again I love about the movie simultaneously, so it's like a love-hate relationship for me with that one.
Same. That's where I'm at too.
Scream 4 is better.
I think so as well.
Well, the original version Wes intended is far better with the extended opening instead and the deleted scenes. Way better movie. But
the extended opening, you know why they had to shut that down, right? Because people kept posting behind the scenes pictures of like that bloody couch and stuff from the original opening of Scream 4.
Oh my God, that's what got me excited to see the movie.
So the fans kind of ruined it. They're like, no, we're going to change it.
Well, you know why they cut out the whole mention of Tatum? We don't have to Oh, the whole history between Mr. Harvey
The
and
Weinstein.
Rose.
Yeah,
Yeah, so that's
absolutely.
why they put money into digital. I learned that from Zach Cherry. Zach Cherry did a deep dive and got information because I've had him on the podcast too. And he
Yeah.
learned that they literally put money into digitally removing the shot of even the door or the animal door being around her head to reference that.
Really?
Yeah, they digitally removed it. They put money. They're like, hey,
Wow.
this has to be gone. So does the mention of Tatum
Wow.
and
That's
the whole mention of this.
crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. It's
I
crazy.
did not know that.
Yeah, go back and watch the movie. It's not there. It's not around her neck.
I know. And then you hear them talk about it in the cut scene. So you're like, interesting.
Yeah. And then I love the fact, another great thing that Scream 6 is doing is that commentary with Wes and Hayden Panettiere saying, oh,
Yeah.
she's still moving. She's still moving.
I know. And I like that they debate. I love the Kirby character. I've talked about this before with the fans, the stabbers, as I call them. Hayden Panettiere, however, was the most
I know.
heinous bitch that I met in real life. Yeah.
Wait, I didn't mean to interrupt. Say that again.
Hayden Panettiere was a heinous bitch in real life. And the stories that I've heard about her before, they're just stories. But one of my best friends that I took to the premiere of Scream 4 with me got into it with Hayden Panettiere over valet parking. And Hayden Panettiere spit on her, literally spit on her through her car window. So I was already a little apprehensive to meet her. And my friend wouldn't even come over with me because she's like, I'm going to fight her if I go over there,
I'm not going to lie to you, but I was put on pharmaceutical medications from like 6 to 19. And it makes you a sociopath. I don't know if she intended for that. I feel like now, if she remembered that, she'd probably feel bad. I don't know. I don't want to speak for her. She's a Hollywood actress. For all we know, she's still an asshole. But she looks like she's actually trying to get her shit together. So
yeah, I understand it a little bit more. And like I said, she was pretty abrupt with me at the premiere of Scream 4 too. So I was just like, okay, cool. But I still love her. Like I love her character. And
oh my God,
I hope someday I'll get to meet her again and there'll be some sort of like validation.
That would be really cool. Honestly, like a whole fix up there. Josh, I do want to say two things real quick. I want to do a speed round, and then I have 2 minutes before, because I don't have the pro version of Zoom. It's gonna cut. So I was wondering, right? As soon as we end this, would you want me just to join in on the live? Keep the live going?
Yeah, we could do that.
And I could say hi to everybody. They can ask any questions.
So hang tight, Instagrammers. We're gonna switch over to you shortly.
And then I can give Chelsea her watch TV space back.
Yeah, absolutely.
It might take a second because I just got to take a couple things down.
No worries. I can entertain the fans till then.
All right, perfect. We got 2 minutes. It's enough time. More than enough time. I did it in a minute the last time. All right, speed round. Stop or go. Stop or go.
Go.
All right. I figured you were going to say that. Ghostface or Michael Myers?
Ghostface.
All right. Friday the 13th, Part 8, or Nightmare on Elm Street, Part 6?
Ooh, Nightmare on Elm Street Part 6.
Oh, okay. Wait, is that the one with the video game thing?
6 is New Nightmare, isn't it? Oh, so I could be
Freddy's
wrong.
dead. Freddy's dead, I believe.
Shit.
Yeah,
I'm still sticking with it because I prefer Freddy to Jason.
Okay, yeah. Those are definitely preference. Favorite horror movie director?
Favorite horror movie director, Wes Craven.
Damn right. Red Eye's amazing also. And then final plugs, shout outs, etc.
Final plug, shout out, etc. Stab 2 premieres on October 31st on our YouTube, youtube.com/stabmovies, or just search for stabmovies.com, which is also a real website that you can check out, stabmovies.com. It's that easy to find. We're on Instagram, we're on Twitter, we're on Facebook, but mostly on YouTube. So find us on there, follow, like, subscribe. We'll talk to you. I love you. Thank you, Stabbers.
Love to hear it. And definitely check it out. Go subscribe to stabmovies.com and check out their stuff. Check out Stab 2, like Josh just said. And as well with our album coming out on the same day. Look at that. This is a really cool collaboration
same
to
day.
Have. Our 10th album.
10th album. That's
drops
awesome.
on the same
Dreaming
day.
Insomniacs. That's incredible.
All right, this has been the Dreaming Insomniacs, the podcast. Thank you, Josh Dudley, for coming on, and I'll join the live stream with you in just a second.
Thank you, Joe. I love you.
Likewise. Bye now.
Bye.